Hello Natural Beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Nat and today is my monthly collaboration with my friend Tara from Reed's Beauty Trip. So in today's video, she and I usually take a trip throughout our makeup, and today's road trip has led us to the ABH Alyssa Edwards palette. So this started with the thought of pulling a rainbow palette. Now this is the one that we ended up pulling. We had this one in common, and even though it's not exactly like completely rainbow, it is full of bright, vibrant, beautiful colors. So I am excited to see what she does. Please go check her out. I am gonna try and get as many of these on my face as possible. I have pulled this for looks, but I haven't used it for an entire look. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I did already use back rolls and Beast in my brows, and I kept Beast more towards the outer edges, and I did go ahead and set with headliner right here, which is white, and I used as an eyeshadow primer my NYX Milk eyeshadow pencil, and then on top of these eyeshadows for my brows I went in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow, and this is in the color Deep Brown, and I absolutely love this. It really locks my brows into place, and I'm not real big into my brows, so usually I just want something that'll darken them and keep them in place, and this works wonderfully, and it costs $3. So I have that on, and I am pretty severely set with that shadow because I am scared that these shadows are going to stain my eyes, and I do have a little bit of a pet peeve when it comes to shadows that stain me. It just really kind of drives me absolutely nuts. And so sometimes my strategy, my solution to that problem is to put a whole bunch of layers down. So, I'll put down some eyeshadow primer and, set my shadows, and, hopefully that really keeps it from leaving a horrible stain on my skin, because that really does make me uncomfortable. So I was really glad that we pulled this particular palette because I have not used this one very much. And I say this with every one of these collaborations between me and Tara. I am always just so floored and pleasantly surprised by how impressive her makeup stash is. And personally, I am not opposed to really large stashes. I think that it is, cool to have and to look at, and I love watching people use their stash. So I love when I see your videos and you're doing like a haul, and then like next week or next month I see you using those things that you purchased. I love it because it's inspiring to me, and that's really what this was meant to be between me and Tara. Okay, so I pulled this new LA Girl liner, and I warmed it up here, and then I just drew right on my eye where I wanted to have the intensified yellow, and then I just smudged it out. Now this is just real gentle, y'all. And if I'm being honest, if you look right there, you can see it's kind of streaky. So it's not exactly like blending out the way that I would want it to. But, what can you do about it? So I'm going to just go ahead and go in now with Brick Road because I really want, oops, I dropped a couple of brushes. I really want this yellow to pop right here. And I did go out of my way to put it in that inner corner. Just because I want to make sure that I do have a nice pop of yellow. And so, yeah, that is one of the things that I absolutely love about this monthly collaboration with me and Tara, y'all, is that we just go through some makeup. And that's awesome because I find it, and I know she does as well, it's super encouraging to just kind of challenge each other to see what we have and what we can do with the items in our stash. And so you can see that this is just building up really nicely. And again, I was surprised by her stash because not a lot of people have this Alyssa Edwards palette. And if I'm being honest, y'all, the only reason I have it is because I found it along with the oh my gosh, the Riviera palette at TJ Maxx, and they were each $22. Well, I think Alyssa Edwards was $22, and the other one, Riviera palette, was $25. And so I picked them up, you know, I thought that they were pretty. All right, I'm going to try and make a version of orange. So I'm going to go into this pink right here called Texas Made, and it looks really nice and vibrant. And I'm going to use this on my outer corner and see if I can't create like an orange of sorts, because this is supposed to be like based off of the idea of a rainbow. And again, I think that LA Girls liner is not really made for setting, or you know, setting eyeshadows are being used as a base. I'm going to pick up a little more of that Texas Made and just try and do the same thing over here on this corner and just blend that out some. And I mean, it does kind of look like orange, but you know, the rainbow, you would also need red. I could probably do that on my lips, so I'll keep that in mind. And then I was thinking, like, with the blue and the purple and stuff, that I'll do that like on my lower lashes. But we'll see exactly how intense this can get. So I'm going to build it up on the corners, and then I think I'm going to go on top of that with Beyond, because this looks a little bit deeper. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Okay, so I built that up, and then I used the edge of this to blend it out and then really focus right here in the crease where the two colors met. Now we're going to go in and use this color Beyond, and we're really going to just lay it down right where these two are meeting up, because I don't like that really harsh seam right there. And so I'm going to use this kind of like as a camouflage on both sides, because I don't want it to be too stark and like, you know, super dramatic. So I am very curious to see where Reed's road trip and her stash leads her this month, you know, considering the theme. And well, not the theme, but I guess, like, you know, it originated from, like, you know, a rainbow. And then when we chose this palette, I'm excited to see what she comes up with. I think next I'm gonna go ahead and go into Unicorn Tribe, and I'm gonna take this right under my lashes, and I'm gonna be a little messy with it. Oh, look how pretty that is. I love like cools, especially like a cool purple taupe, or it's just so grungy. And you know, I am a child of the 90s, y'all, and so that just is a look that I will forever love. And this is a really nice purple. And I think I'm going to go in to Dream It, this blue right here. And I'm going to go right on my lower lash line. And I just got this brush right here that I'm using. This It CC Cosmetics brush. And this is the... I guess it doesn't say. I really thought it did. But I think it is their smudger brush. And I really like how precise it is. It just fits so perfectly on my lower lashes. And it kind of keeps me from getting really watery eyes, because y'all know my eyes are really sensitive. I think I'm going to use this one, and I'm just on the corner. Let's go in with Believe. And just kind of pull that in, that purple. And I think that we might go in with this one right here. And let's do a little bit of this DDC. And we'll put that right in the very, very corner. Let me do this one first. And that didn't quite have like the rainbow effect that I was hoping for, but it is a pretty look. I feel like we need more blue somewhere to really kind of get like that rainbow kind of vibe going. But I don't know, I think it's pretty. I'm curious, y'all. I have not found myself interested in ABH lately. All the Norvina palettes, I didn't get any of the volume 1, 2, or 3. And I also didn't get any of the small ones. Like, I think she had a small cherry palette that came out, and I did not get that. And I don't know, I just feel like I didn't get the Jackie Aina one. I wish I would have got it when it was on sale, because I do really like the palettes. But I just find that if the palettes aren't on sale, that I don't really find myself buying these ABH palettes. I mean, I only buy them at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, or like when they're on sale, you know? And then, if I'm being honest, after I buy them, I'm like, ooh, did I need that? Should I have bought it? That's what I felt like with Norvina, you know, that initial soft, cool purple one that came out. I was like, ooh, did I even need that? But these are very, very pretty. And I think that just to bring in the rainbow, I'm going to go in and do my liner with this Fenty Beauty in Lime Fiva. This is in my Bob's Burgers project pan. Alright, I did some stuff, but we're not done. So I did line my eyes. I also may have been able to save my rainbow idea with this in my waterline. This is my Milani, it's a waterproof eyeliner in royal blue. I just got it, and it built up really, really nicely. And that's because my eyes were kind of watery. And this is a Project Pan item. I have this on because, you know, every rainbow has red, and I didn't have a red eyeshadow. Here is my Project Pan foundation that I used. I did go ahead and start contouring because I didn't want this video to be too long, but I wanted to save at least one side to do with you, so you can see. And I really like to work it into my hairline. And it got a little stuck right there. You kind of see that? So I'm going to just try and blend that out. I did already do my neck and my chin. And I also did both of my temples. I'm going to take whatever's left and just try and add that to my nose to add a little dimension. And then we're going to go ahead and go in with my new Tarte cream bronzer, which I have been loving. This is in Seychelles, and we're just going to go in with this. And I like to start on my hairline. This is a new brush. This is my first time using this brush for this bronzer. But this bronzer is just so nice, y'all. Plus, it's cream. So for my skin, which tends to be a little dry, it does add just a little bit of moisture, you know, to my skin. That's always really nice. And I'm just going to go in a touch more and go right above this contour just to try and blend them together. And then we'll go in with a little bit of a blush on top of that. Same thing right above that contour. And just try and work those together. I have been loving so many cream products. Again, I'm going to finish on the sides of my nose. And now we are going to go into yet another cream product that I have been loving. This is my Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Blush in number 1. This is Fuego, and it just has such a beautiful glow to it. So I'm going to take my designated Fuego brush, and we are going to put this on as blush, and I'm going to pick up just a little bit more because I love the orange color that this has in it. And I'm just going to use my fingers to just really pat that into the skin, and I'm going to do that on the other side. And I have been using the number 7 Cheeks Out blush in Drama Class, the purple one. I've been using it like kind of stacking these two, but for this look, I'm not gonna stack it with Drama Class. Looks like this side is a little lighter than the other. And you know, I keep forgetting to tell y'all, this Fenty is in my Bob's Burgers project pan because we did it for Burger of the Day. So it's fresh ingredients, you know, like a new product, I believe it is. And so that's all nice and blended out. And I'm going to go in on the apples of my cheeks with this Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. I absolutely love this. We're going to use this red cream blush here with this angled blush brush, and I'm going to go right on my apples. And you can see I have one that is just a little more severe, and I'm going to use those same Fuego fingers to just pat that out. And I'm going to do this side as well, and I'm going to see if I can't just get a little bit more of that red. So I am just going to do a little tap and just a kiss here and try and get them balanced. And I think that is so pretty. I am just loving some cream products, y'all. And yeah, I think that's gorgeous. I have really enjoyed this look, y'all. Look at how pretty that is. Now I am going to add some mascara. I'm using Tarte's Man Eater, and I guess we will also go ahead and use this same little palette here for some highlight, because it is such a nice little quad here. And these highlights are just so beautiful, y'all. And I really like this. I'm so glad that we ended up deciding on this Alyssa Edwards palette. Let me know, do y'all still get excited over Anastasia Beverly Hills releases and launches? Because I just feel like I've been passing on a lot of their stuff lately. And I only buy it when it's on sale. So I'm so pleased with this look. Ooh, something went in my eye. Alright, so here we are, the final look. I think this came out so pretty, and I really liked this eyeliner right here. It is the Milan, no, I'm sorry, it's BH Cosmetics Power Pencil in Royal Blue, and it just seems to have worked so much better than all of the LA Colors pencils that I have tried. And I don't know, y'all, let me know what y'all are thinking and feeling about ABH. I think that this palette is gorgeous. The colors were nice and vibrant. This is such an amazing black, y'all. I really liked these two for my brows, and I felt like these all just really came across really, really nicely. I think the only one that we did not use here today was Unicorn Tribe. No, we used Unicorn Tribe. So the only one we didn't use was BBDC. So we used all of them in some format on our face for our brows to contour, and then everything else except that one we used on our eyes. So I really like this palette. I am happy to support Alyssa Edwards, but I just haven't been excited about anything else as far as Anastasia Beverly Hills is concerned. So thank you all so much for joining me. Please go check out Tara. And Tara, thank you so much for, inspiring me on a monthly basis to use my makeup. I can't wait to see what you create. Can't wait to get to next month's because I just enjoy these so very much. Let me know what y'all are loving because I'm always interested in what you have got going on. Thank you all so much for joining me. Just know that I am sending positivity to you, and I hope that you are doing what you love. I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.